Hey there, it's Derek from Pacific Coast Auto here in Japan, and we're taking a look at a 1998 Toyota Corolla 11 BZR. This is the AE111, which is the final version of the AE style of Corollas. And so this is a 4AGE engine, 1.6 liter, front-wheel drive sports car. I absolutely adore these cars so much that I actually bought one that we can try driving and then try selling. So far nobody's bought it, so if you're interested, we do have one of these for sale. Don't want to be promoting that too much, I suppose, but I absolutely love this vehicle. If you like the 8.6 or the Sprinter Trudeau, this is kind of that car. Well, not kind of that car. This is what that car became. And so it's a small two-door sports car. They changed over to front-wheel drive in the AE92, so rear-wheel drive AE86, AE92, AE101, AE111 are all front-wheel drive. This is a very final generation of that. And what's really special about this car is a number of things. Number one, 6-speed manual transmission. That's a huge deal, and it feels really nice to shift. You also have super strut suspension, which helps reduce any sort of understeer, and I've driven it myself. I think it works very well. You also get the best iteration of the 4AG engine, which includes performance header style exhaust, and that's stock. 1, 2, 3, 4 intake throttle bodies, and that's a huge deal because that's very expensive for Toyota to do, and so not very many cars have that. You'll notice on a lot of these cars they'll have individual filters on each one. And I would really do that modification if this was mine, because this style here, with the filter over here, it's good for deadening the sound, but the sound of this engine when it's revving with the naked filters giving you all that sound from the intake is a very, very good sound in my opinion. And I've heard a lot of these engines because they have been swapped into 8.6s that we have exported. And yeah, black top engine. It says twin cam 20 in reference to the amount of valves, 5 per cylinder. I think the last time I shot one of these videos I said 20 per cylinder, which would be insane. So 3 valves, 2 valves, that's how you get 5. And it's a Yamaha designed head. So kind of one of the coolest engines Toyota's ever made. I love a lot of Toyota engines from this era, but this has to be one of my favorites. And feels really nice, feels powerful at the higher RPMs, but decent at mid RPMs, kind of slow at low RPMs, but that's a high revving engine characteristic. Note that the distributor on these ones is at the end. And so if you do want to swap it into an 8.6, the engine in an 8.6 is this way, and this gets in the way of the firewall, so you actually have to modify your firewall or make this distributor-less ignition if you want to do that. Okay, it comes with a stock struts tower bar that connects to the firewall member. Coolant is good, oil is good, and then these put out 165 horsepower. For 1.6 naturally aspirated, that's quite a bit. It doesn't have the same kick as a VTEC, in my opinion, but it feels really good. And it suits the size of the car as well. And I said this in the last video, and I'll say it again, but this is like Toyota's version of the Integra Type R, I suppose. It's a slightly smaller car, not as good, but still very good and a lot cheaper. And so, thumbs up. And comes with the cool technology in the engine. You can be very happy to own that, and I personally would love to own one of these. Okay, so it's a 1998. I'm just going to read the translation of the sheet here. This is an auction grade 3 because it has been in an accident, but it wasn't enough to be called a repaired car because it never was repaired. It has had repairs done to it, but no structural repairs have been done to it. And so this front fender has been replaced, and then also the left front inner panel and the core support have some damage from the accident. It says dented. It's very slight. If you put your finger along here, you can feel it, but if you take a look, it's quite good. And so an auction grade 3 can sometimes be a really good value because you can get a car that is otherwise in really good condition, but a lot of people think a 3 might be a poor grade and then will pass it by. And I have personally bought a lot of really nice cars for customers that were grade 3 cars. I wouldn't be afraid of this one if it were my car. Okay, So 133,086 kilometers on here, and yeah, this one was bought from a customer already in Canada. It's going to be sent over there for them. This one's not for sale. 133,086 kilometers, which for this engine should be reasonably low in terms of wear. It's a last forever Toyota style engine, especially their engines from the 80s, 90s were like that. 6-speed manual transmission. Aftermarket wheels that I don't like very much. This actually had no reserve at this auction, which is a little bit weird. These cars, I can't say the price of this, but these cars in general range from about 200,000 to about 600,000 yen. Windshield rock chip, interior scratched and dirty, and wear. Interior dirty, seat saggy. Underside has slight surface rust, various scratches, dents, and repairs, like paint repairs, and then that I already read. Wheels scratched, door mirrors scratched. And then if you look at the body here, very little amount of damage on the body. In fact, everywhere looks great on this car. Very, very clean looking. Paint is in good condition. And yeah, nothing to distract you. No dents and no scratches that you can see from further than a meter away. And so a car like this, it's a car that a lot of people don't pay attention to in Canada. It's importable to Canada, of course, not importable to the US yet, because it's not 25 years old, but Canada can import 25-year-old cars. I like these taillights a lot. There are 3 circles with the dashes in them, kind of S2000 style, but with 3 circles instead of 2. And yeah, I think performance for your money is pretty good. It's not a drag racing car, it's a mountains car, which suits Japan really well and suits anyone who likes to go driving on twisties and likes to have something a little bit special. And people love Hondas for that reason. This is, I guess, as close as you get to kind of, you know, Integra, CRX, Civic style car from Toyota. I'm into the look of the headlights and the fog lights there. I think that's very nice. You get a really nice low hood line. You get a very rear-wheel drive looking car, even though it's front-wheel drive with a long hood and short deck. And I think that that is lovely. I like how smooth and round it is, but not too smooth and round. You know, it's very kind of mid-90s look to it. And I like that rear wing. It's Integra Type R style. And then nice fast back 4-seater. The Super Strut suspension has an interesting pivot point on it so that it changes the camber of the tire as you change the steering of it. So, kind of interesting. Go inside. Inside is simple and lightweight. That's one of the things about the Corollas is they've always been lightweight, small engine, good performing cars. So simple. Steering wheel is a little bit of wear on the top. See here. Very simple red gauges. Turn the fog lights and headlights on. AC works on this one, so that's nice. If you are interested in purchasing the one that we have for sale, put in 11 for sale. Basically anywhere on YouTube or just Pacific Coast Auto, you'll be able to find it. I'm not in a huge rush to sell it though. Wouldn't mind taking it out to the mountains again, very fun. We actually have, also for sale, a turbocharged Toyota Vitz. Can't wait to see that car. Haven't even looked at it. We had to replace the clutch because it was blown when it came in. Okay, so seats. I quite like the pattern of the seats. It's very Japanese style. Seats like that from like 1980, 87 or so until like 95, 96 were very, very popular. I'm thinking like Lancer Evolutions, Mitsubishi Delicas, a lot of Toyota vehicles. Nissan wasn't really into that. Okay, and lots of room for the big driver. You can be 7 feet tall and still drive one of these, which is great for such a small car. You have like, it feels like almost a meter extra from an RX-7. And then really big trunk. And so that's one of the things about the front wheel drive layout is you get a lot more inside car room for the same size car when you go for front wheel drive. Stock exhaust. Now we can take a look at these tail lights. Oh, that's good looking. I love how they're angry but not too angry. It's good. Okay, I think aftermarket wheels make the car look really good. These ones here are not really my thing. They're too small and they're not really brand name or something that's very, I don't know. I don't want to be a brand, like somebody who's like, oh, you gotta have brand name wheels on there. But I think most of the brand name wheels are really good looking wheels. And so that's why. And then the fog lights you can see are the round ones. I mentioned before that I am in love with the round fog lights there. Kind of rally car looking. Yes. Okay, so that's the end of the video there. Hope you enjoyed it. Condition is in good shape. It's going over to Canada pretty soon. And so thank you for watching and enjoying our videos. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. Sometimes we have time to answer them, but sometimes our other viewers have more time to answer them than we do. We get so many comments. But thank you for watching, and have a nice day.